2.5 years already. Chia 100 just checking the alerts are working properly now. Chia 100 I have consumed a larger than average amount of vinegar. Help.
Lines! And here is your host, hello there, welcome on in and welcome to Winning Lines, this wonderful Winning Lines Wednesday. Hope you're all doing well. Oh, I do need to do this though. Hello. Sunny Cat with the 18-month.
Red if you're wrong and blue if you're true.
Something along those lines. I have a different kind of saying, but whatever works. Thank you very much for the 18-month resub there. Appreciate that. The alerts are working now. I finally debugged the hell out of that and realised what I had done wrong. Yeah, I was a bad programmer. I mean, it also doesn't help when the alerts it sends through are just a bit silly.
100 if you're fast, you last. If you're wrong, you're gone.
Something along those lines as well. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Matt. Appreciate that as well. Yeah, it doesn't help with having 3 different words for the number of months that it can send through. And depending on what kind of subscription comes through, depends on which of those parameters are actually populated, and it's a whole mess. And then trying to figure out how gift bombs work is another thing, because as far as I'm aware, the pub sub system doesn't actually tell you the group alert. You know how in Twitch chat it shows you the group alert and then all the individual subs after that? What I get is just the list of subs. So I have to kind of group them together as, you know, they were all from the same person in a similar sort of time frame and go, yeah, that was probably what they did, and went with that. That's what happened there with the alert earlier on, where Matt gave 5 gifted subs out. I had only received 4 of them within like a 2-second window, and the system thought that was enough subs, so it grouped that into one gift sub bomb. But then it also realised there was still another gift sub hanging afterwards, so it did that as a second alert afterwards. So I may have to increase. That's not your fault, Matt. It's just how Twitch is delivering the information to me, is that I don't have it in a grouped form. I have to manually construct it as a grouped form. So what I need to do is add a little more grace time to the alerts so that they come through in a more basically gives it more time to process if there are more than one sub in a certain bomb, essentially, and hope that they all come together in that one alert. So that's all fine. But yeah, anyway, that was me waffling about technical information about the new alert system. Anyway, this is Winning Lines, and it is all sort of brand new because, well, we've got the Hackbox thing going on tonight. I have very hastily added in some Hackbox functionality into tonight's game of Winning Lines. Partly to test some new code that I have for the Hackbox Unity side of things to make it hopefully much easier to actually get a foothold into sending states out, because I know that one of the big things that is a problem for some people is just wrapping your head around all of the different parameters and how to actually set them on the states and the components. That's a hell of a thing, that is. So I've got a new set of code to try and simplify that, about as simplified as it could get. And bloody hell, it really was simple when I actually put it into my code here for this, because it was like, some of them are just like 2 or 3 liners, which before would have been like 20 or 30 lines. So that's the first thing, is I'm testing that code works. And the second thing is we are testing a bug fix to the Hackbox server side of things, which was causing very strange things to occur if people were disconnected from the room. This is what happened on Topper's stream on Sunday, by the way, for those that were at that game for elimination. The reason why that game just blew up like that is because there happened to be 1 or more people that were disconnected at the time that he was sending the states, and on the server side it didn't know how to deal with disconnected clients, and it all just fell apart from that point onwards. The way the messages were sent in Cloud9 is very different, and that was fine, but the way they're sent in Elimination and in a lot of other games, including some of the stuff I do, it would have been really, really bad. So we're testing tonight to hopefully fix that issue out, and hopefully that means Topper's Game of Elimination will be able to go ahead unfaltered next time round on next Saturday. So hopefully this time Topper should be all good, and we're all wishing you the best of success for your next stream on Sunday. So that's the main premise for tonight's game. So if things do blow up, expect them to. Kind of. Things might not necessarily go to plan with tonight's stream, but if it does go wrong, this is the time that I need to know when things go wrong, because then we can work things out, fix it, so that it should quote unquote never happen again. So you're all basically beta testing tonight. You're all beta testing tonight is what we love to see, and it's all a new implementation on the Hackbox side of things. So if things don't quite work on the Hackbox side of things as well, that could also be on me, because I've not necessarily given this the due diligence of testing that I probably should do. So if you're interested in playing tonight's game of Winning Lines, we should be able to play 2 games tonight, by the way, for those who haven't played Winning Lines on my stream before. We should be able to do 2 games in total. But to join in on game number 1, you will need a room code, and that room code for you tonight shall be SHKV, either on hackbox.ca, or you can play still from the comfort of Twitch chat. You will need to log in to Twitch on Hackbox for it to work, by the way. I will add that little caveat. If you've never done that before, you'll need to go up to the top right corner on the Hackbox login page, sign in with Twitch, and it'll give you a prompt, and once you've done that, then you can do the thing. With Hackbox, does it auto-focus the text box? So, that is a no, Clive. There was, in the before days, there was code added in to do that. However, the problem is that doesn't apply across all of the platforms. For some reason, on Safari, I think most possibly specifically iOS Safari, it doesn't do that, because that would mean it would have to bring up the keyboard prompt at the same time, and I think they prevented that from happening, because then that's a thing. If you can basically provide the keyboard pop-up automatically, that's kind of not nice. That's a dark behavior, and Apple decided that didn't want to be a thing. So because of that functionality got removed from Hackbox, so that everyone is on an even playing field. To counteract that, though, Clive, what I have done is, when we start the game, when the questions come live on Hackbox, you will have about a second and a half to click in the text box before the question even shows up on Hackbox. So you'll get ready for the question. You'll then get a text message on it that will also say keypad's active, get ready for the question, and the text box will appear below it. At that point, you can then click in to the text box, and then you can do the get ready to type, essentially, and then the question will appear above it while you are still focused within the text box. That's the persistent flag. That's a different feature that got added as a part of the 5 minutes to fortune implementation. So I'm sort of using that in this case, so that you can still get a bit of a head start with the text box ready to go. It's just that you've got to be ready to do that, ready to go, and click in the box when it's there. Other notes to make aware as I go over to camera A. Other thing to make aware is the Hackbox text box should be a numerical text box, so it should only allow you to put in numerical digits, with the caveat of E. Who in Twitch chat knows why E is allowed, other than those that are in the test game? Other than those who are in the test game yesterday, who knows why E is allowed in the text box for a number? I'm just curious if anyone just knows that. Lingo's got it, exactly, yes. E for expressing an exponent. So Lingo's example of, well, I don't think it'd be 1E3, but 1E3. Yeah, that would be like 10 to the 3, so yeah, that would work. Yeah, 1E3 would be 1000, so yeah, you can do times 10 to the... and that allows you to do things. So that's why E is allowed. And it will end up working on my side of things, because what I receive is the expanded number, not the compressed exponent form number. So if you did want to answer 1,000, I guess you could save one character by doing 1E3 rather than 1000. Why you would do that, I don't know, but you have E if you want to use E. Speedrun strats, I guess so, yeah. But it's entirely up to you if you did want to do that. I've just realised there's another thing we could do in this game, isn't there? Does it actually work? I haven't actually run it for a while, so I don't know. But if you want to try doing some winning line redemptions, I've made that active now on Twitch, so you can do the hopefully do the redemption to claim some winning lines, and if you get the best prediction, then you get some points. Hey, it's working, fantastic. I'll leave that open for a few minutes as well, because that's another way of getting some dukes out of this game. Even if you do terribly at the quiz part, you can get some RNG luck, and I hope to do that. There's a lot of people doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need a bit of variety in there. But yeah, all you need to do is give me 6 digits in one message in that claim a winning line ticket redemption, and you'll add your ticket to the list in the lottery, essentially. Actually, it's not a lottery because it's matching directly against what we'll have at the winning line. It's not a lottery. It is a prediction, and whoever has the best predictions will get 10,000 or a split of 10,000. I can't remember exactly how it works, but yes, it's certainly 10,000 dupes and something. But yeah, I'll give you a couple of minutes on that as well. So yes, everything about Hackbox, in theory, it should restrict you to only numerical responses. You can attempt to test it, though I believe I'm using the same code that the Twitch chat redeeming code works. So if you did send me just random text in it somehow, then it still won't come through on my end as an actual given answer. Is the Lucky Dip available? Oh yeah, let me... do we even have Lucky Dip for winning line? I don't even think we do. We've got Lucky Dip for the lottery, but I don't think we've got Lucky Dip for winning line. No, we don't have a Lucky Dip for winning line. You have to actually give me a winning line for that, because you're actually making a proper prediction. Otherwise, you can just splurge like hundreds of thousands of Duke coin on a spread of like 10,000 predictions or something, and that basically almost guarantees you're going to get the win. You actually have to put the work in. I mean, obviously, if you've got the Duke coin to throw away, then yeah, you can do it. But you have to put the work in on the predictions themselves. I think that's all I need to say about everything happening with the Hackbox side of things. As always, any thoughts that you have about the Hackbox experience, like I said, it's very, very quickly implemented. It was only done in 3 to 4 hours, I think, across late Monday night and across the Tuesday evening. But if you have any opinions about it, obviously you may share some opinions in the Discord, in the appropriate channel, in the Stream Ideas channel. There should be a winning lines topic in there that you can add your thoughts to. I did see a follow come through there, and it didn't come through on the alert. Maybe it just got lost. But thank you for 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. Thank you for the follow there. You were very recently created. In fact, you were created yesterday, I can see. But welcome on in, and I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. We haven't even done anything, really, but I hope you're enjoying the stream. Right, I'm going to give you just a few more seconds, and then we'll get this game underway. Okay, the ticket office is closing in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and closed. Ticket office is now shut. All the predictions are now in. Hopefully you've got yourself a good winning line prediction, and we'll see how that all shakes out. Let's get this game underway, shall we? Are we all ready? Prize lock. Something like that, score. Right, I think it's time to get this game underway. Good luck, and let's play winning lines. Yes, hearing music. I'm hearing music. Yeah. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's going on, Ralph? I'm talking and there's music going on. I think that's on your end. Is Twitch doing weird things with like adverts in the background or something? But no, you're subbed, so you shouldn't be getting adverts. Weird. I don't know what's going on with that, but you hear ghosts. What's going on? I don't hear anything else special, but anyway. Hopefully you're all with me, and we're about to play the 49ers. For those that have never played Winning Lines before, here is how it all goes. So, in this round, we're looking for 6 players to qualify for round number 2. To qualify, you need to give me the correct answer and also be the fastest to do so. To answer, you can answer in stream chat or whisper, answer in stream chat, whisper to Quizbot 3000, or, I should also say, answer to Hackbox. That will work as well if you've logged in via that method. The answers to the questions will always be a whole positive number, somewhere in the range between 0 to 10,000. However, decide to answer and give me a wrong answer, you will be eliminated from the proceedings and will not be able to advance through to the next round. So you can abstain if you wish to do so, but of course, if you don't give me an answer, you can't possibly qualify on that particular question. We will only have 6 players qualifying through to look after number 1, so make it count. Hello there, Mr. Gamer. Unfortunately, you've just missed out on entering the lobby for the first game. But if you stick around for just a little bit longer, we will have a second game as well that you'll be able to join into. But welcome in. Hope you're doing very well. So yeah, we're looking for 6 players to qualify. Always be right if you do submit an answer, because if you're wrong, then you will be gone. Something along those lines. Yeah, answer fast, don't be wrong. That is the simple mantra of this round. If you're all ready, then let's play Winning Lines. Always be correct. I mean, that's the most technical correct answer we need here. So. Everyone is potentially in on this question. Good luck. Fingers on those digits. Here comes your first question. In total, how many legs do 3 wasps have? In total, how many legs do 3 wasps have? Well, that's quite loud in my ears now. Alright. That's the first question dealt with. A nope from Matt, a nope from Puzzle Dan, and oops, wrong already from Woodyback. Ooh, okay then. Well, let's see what you've gone for. Let's light you up in pink if you played this question. Okay, we've got a good number answering this question. We've got 14 players here. So, a singular wasp has 6 legs. That is a singular wasp. Those from Manchester now, I hope, should know something along those lines. I think bees, but anyway. Single wasp has 6 legs, but there are 3 wasps in this question, so multiply the 6 by 3, you get to a total of 18. 18. That is the answer that you should have given me. If you gave me 18, then I will light you blue. If you gave me anything else other than 18, then unfortunately on this first question you're going to go a deep shade of regret. Oh, we've got Wooly back with a 12, SJ with a 12, etc. with a typo answer, I presume, of 118. Just not your number tonight here, and we have to say goodbye. However, you can still answer future questions to get yourself some doots. It's just that you can't qualify for the next round. Unless everybody else gets eliminated. So that's what you've got to hope for. Everybody else, though, gave me a right answer. All the blues go gold because they are eligible, yes, that's that word, to advance through to the next round. We have 11 players in eligibility status right now. But only the fastest can qualify. Let's find out who that is then. In third place with a time of 5.17 seconds is Manic Volcanic. Good time. Was not the fastest this time. You've got a few more questions yet to go. Second fastest with a time of 5.07 seconds was Silver Electron. However, fastest of all, and we haven't seen times this fast for a good while, probably because Hackbox is giving a slight advantage now on timing, but with a time of 3.69 seconds, yes, sub 4 seconds. Congratulations goes to Zeus! You are the first one through to looking after number 1. You can put your feet up, or you can answer the future questions to get yourself some bonus doots as well. You are safe through no matter what happens right now. So, Zeus is the first one through, and to the winning line we lose a 3 and keep the 1. And the first digit we have is a 1. Just a reminder with the winning lines, it does not matter the order of the digits, just the count of each particular digit that you had in your prediction. So if you have a 1 anywhere in your winning line prediction, then that will count. And that does mean we have 132 winning lines that are currently on track for the maximum. 1 number drawn, 132 winning lines that have 1 matching number, that have a singular 1 somewhere, or maybe more than 1. We will see. So that's the first question dealt with. Zeus is through. We have 3 players eliminated, but you can answer every question just to get yourself some bonus doots regardless. If you're all ready, fingers on numbers, it's time for question number 2. In what year did the Great Boston Fire take place? Over to the States we go. In what year did the Great Boston Fire take place? Yeah, not the Great Fire of London, that's a very different number, but we're looking for the Great Boston Fire, and it's apparently one of the biggest fires still to date over in the Americas. Gotta love American trivia, says Kazakh Princess. Well, let's see what players have gone for. Who's gone for it? We'll light you up in pink if you played. Well, not many go for this at all. Only 5 have gone for a guess here, and only 3 of those could advance through to the next round. SJ and Cetra are just going for a random guess because they are able to do so because they're already eliminated. But the year of the Great Boston Fire, that was 1872. 1872 was the year in question for the Great Boston Fire. So if you gave me 1872, those 4 digits in that particular order, then I'll light you blue. Anything else, then you're going to go red. Oh, look at that! Just 1 player getting it right. We'll go to them in a moment. We did get some 1666s of London fame, a 1903 and an 1898. All right century, just the wrong year, unfortunately, there. On podium number 39 for Fighter Kit. Unfortunately, that is a wrong answer. But our 1 player that goes gold, and they get automatic qualification because they're the only player getting it right. It's Vixen! With a time of 11.1244 seconds, just getting it right was fast enough in this case. Almost a Takeshi question indeed, Sunny Cat, but we did get someone get it right. So, Vixen, you almost went to the London one as well. Well, good thing you did reread the question, RTFQ. Means you are through to the next round. You can put your feet up, or, again, you can answer the future questions to get yourself some bonus doots. Even if you get it wrong, you're still safe and you will qualify through. We lose the 2, keep the 7, and the second digit in our winning line is a 7. 1 and 7 currently featuring in the winning line. So those that went with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, unfortunately that's not going to be the full winning line tonight, but 1 and a 7. How are we doing with that? We're down to 55 winning line predictions that did have those 2 digits in it. So the 1 and the 7 on 55 of our remaining winning lines. If we don't get a perfect winning line, we will go to the next best set of winning line predictions. So like those that had 5 of 6 digits correctly predicted, then 4 of 6, then 3 of 6, and so on, so on, so on, until we find someone that actually did somewhat match the winning line. And then they will split the prize at that particular level. So 2 questions down, 4 left to go, or maybe more, depending on if we do get any Takeshi questions. Fingers on those digits. It's time for question number 3. I was playing darts and managed a 3-dart checkout of treble 20, treble 19, and double 10. How many points were scored in those 3 darts? I was playing darts and managed a 3-dart checkout of treble 20, treble 19, and double 10. How many points were scored in those 3 darts? A 3-dart checkout. How many out there know their 3-dart checkout tables? I don't know if this exists on the recommended checkouts, but it is a checkout. It will work because it ends on a double. Check it out, check it out. Your math wrong, says AVAC. Oh, well, we'll get to that in a moment, maybe. We'll light your queue up in pink if you played. Lots more answering here. 20 have answered this question. You just added them. I mean, that's basically what we're looking for here, Midget on the internet, is a bit of maths. Because a treble 20, that's 3 times 20, that's 60. A treble 19, 3 times 19, so that would be, what, 50... 54 or something like that. And then double 10, 2 times 10 is 20. You add it all up and you get to 7. I'm so terribly wrong. It's 57 the other number I meant, isn't it? 60, 57 and 20. Add all of those together and you get to the number of 137. I would have been eliminated if I answered that. 128. Oh hey. Thankfully I'm the host, so I don't. Close enough. Hey, not as bad as your guess in looking after number 1 score, eh? I should probably play this game at one point and completely wreck my my maths ability. Anyway, we're looking for 137. If you gave me 137, then I'm going to light you blue. Anything else, and I'm going to light you red. Wrong answers. We've got 127. Oh, just 10 off there only. Yeah, it's a double 10, not a single 10. 117 from Cetra. 152 from SJ. 49 from Midget on the internet. 127 from AVAC. And 147 from Vixen. Unfortunately, all of those are wrong answers. And we've got to say goodbye. We got a total of 14 that gave me the right answer, though. And of those, 11 are eligible to advance. So they've just gone a lovely shade of gold. But only the fastest will go through. In third place, with a time of 8.51 seconds, it's Riff Raccoon. Pretty decent time, actually, given the amount of math involved. But unfortunately, not the fastest this time. No, you were beaten by another animal kind on 7.91 seconds. With the Ralph, the one often mixed up between the two, apparently, is the Riff and the Ralph. But beating both the Riff and the Ralph, the Riff-Raff, beating both with a time of 6.94 seconds. Congratulations go to K-Jobs on podium number 22. Congratulations, you are through to looking after number 1. There are all the correct response times, including those playing along that have already been eliminated or have already qualified. Nicely done indeed. So, K-Jobs, you're through to the next round, and to the winning line, we lose the 2 and keep the 2. And we add a 2. We lose the 2 in the tens, we keep the 2 in the units place. That's what I mean by that. So 1, 7 and 2 currently in our winning line. How are we doing on the prediction? Just 28 after 3 digits. I don't think we're going to get a perfect prediction here, though. It is still possible. But there's only 28 predictions left now that are on a 3, 4, 3 with the 1, 2 and 7. Okay, we've got 3 more questions left in this round. If you're all ready, fingers on those digits. It's time for question number 4. The Roman numerals XXIV represent what year? The Roman numerals XXIV represent what year? Hopefully a good number answering this question will light you up in pink if you played. A very good number indeed. 28 have answered this question. So let's process this year. An M in Roman numerals, that is 1,000. And there are 2 of those, so that would be 2,000. An X is worth 10, and there are 2 of those, so that's 20. So we're currently at 2020. And then there's an I and a V. Now, an I typically is 1, a V is typically 5, but you do it in that order, with it reading IV, that means it's 1 less from 5, meaning a 4. So put it all together, we are looking for, well, the year we are in right now. 2024 is the answer. So if you gave me 2024, I will light you in blue. If you did not, then I'll light you in red. Just the one wrong answer with Riff. Possibly a typo answer there, going with 22-24. Unfortunately, not the one we were looking for. It was 2024, the year we are in right now. And we have to say, Riff, goodbye. Possibly a typo. We'll put it down to that. So, we've got a good competition here. 27 got it right. 19 can qualify. So, yes, this is going to be hotly contested. And, oh, my, these are some times. So, of those that can qualify, third fastest with a time of 6.16 seconds, it's Ice Tim. Very good, but unfortunately not fastest enough this time. You were beaten by second place with a time of 5.88 seconds, and that is Mr. Clive of Legend, podium number 34. You were also beaten by Shadow Mane in the background on 5.49, and you were also beaten by Oni in the Shadow game on 5.46. But there was still one person that beat all of those with a time of 4.66 seconds. Congratulations goes to Brian. Phenomenal time processing the Roman numerals there. You are through to looking after number one. You qualify. There are all the correct answers. A flurry of them flying by there. Congratulations to you all on getting some points on a correct answer. But Brian, you qualify through to looking after number one. We lose the one and keep the 3. And the fourth digit is a 3. 1, 2, 3, and 7 if we do that in numerical order. We'll do it at the end, but I'm just giving you a bit of a sneak preview. But 1, 7, 2, 3. How many have those 4 digits? 6. We're down to just 6 predictions now, with 1, 2, 3, 7. So that's very, very interesting. It is entirely possible that one or more of those 6 winning lines will get the full match. It's still possible, but the likelihood is now dwindling, so we could be looking at a 4 out of 6 or a 5 out of 6 prediction. So if your winning line prediction has fallen already, don't worry, it could still pick itself back up on the final 2 digits. Okay, we've got 2 questions left in this round and 2 places to find. Now, if you are still sitting in the game in live play, you might want to consider giving the answer a guess, even if you're not sure what the answer is, because this is your penultimate chance to get through to the next round. So just ponder that. If you're all ready, fingers on digits, it's time for question 5. How many consonants are there in the modern English alphabet? How many consonants are there in the modern English alphabet? Now, of course, there's the old legendary debate of what the hell do you count Y as? For the purposes of this question, Y is counted as a consonant, though, of course, it can produce a vowel sound. In some definitions, it's both, but in the sort of the strictest definitions of what do they use on Countdown, Y is a consonant, not a vowel. Yeah, I know, Woolly Pack, I know this is going to be a very contentious one to define what the hell is a consonant even, but I think most people should have a good idea of what we mean by this. And then, of course, there's W, which on Wikipedia lists itself as both a consonant and a vowel. I find that one a little more tenuous than Y, but there are apparently rules about that, and that's a thing. But we are not counting they're counting those specifically as consonants for the purpose of this question. So, let's see who answered this question. We'll light you up in pink if you played. A good number have gone for this. 28 have answered this question. So the vowels, let's work backwards, shall we? The vowels that we definitely know: A, E, I, O, and U. That's 5 of them. And there are 26 letters in the English alphabet. So if you do the subtraction, 26 minus those 5 vowels, you are left with 21 consonants. And that is the answer that we have up here. Now, obviously, in a more strict world, in a more linguistic kind of domain, that is a more contentious answer. But we're going to go with 21.
100 ooh-ee, ooh-ay, ay.
Ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, ting-tang, walla-walla, bing-bang. Ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, ting-tang, walla-walla, bang-bang. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Matt. So, yeah, we are going with 21 as our answer here, because it's fairly standard knowledge that that's the thing, unless you go really, really deep into the language. So if you gave me 21, cool, you're going to go blue in a moment. Otherwise, you will go red. Wrong answers we've got. Puzzle down with 20. Did you count the Y? You may have counted the Y there, Puzzle down. Unfortunately, we weren't counting the Y. Fighter Kit went with 6, trying to go with the number of vowels, potentially. SJ with 48. That's almost double the number of letters we actually have in our alphabet. And then AVAC with 213. I'm hoping that was a typo that you added the 3 on the end, because I'm struggling to think of many languages that have that many in an alphabet of sorts. I mean, obviously, there are Abugidas that have a certain large character set, and then there's, Japanese and Chinese. That's not really an alphabet, it's just a table of characters. But either way, 213 is a bit too big. Fortunately, we've got to say goodbye. Typoed so hard. It's such a struggle in this game, it really is. 24 got it right. 14, though, can advance on this question. But who was fastest? In third place at the time of 4.24 seconds is Clive of Legend. We saw their name earlier on. Did not qualify this time, so they're going to have to try it on the final question. In second place at the time of 4.1 seconds is Demand 900. It's a very good time, but not fastest of all, no. You were beaten with a sub 4 second time with 3.42 seconds. Congratulations goes to podium number 4. Topper! Topper knows his languages. And you're through to looking after number 1. Nicely done with that time. I will say that Zeus did beat you, though, overall with a time of 3.40, but who cares? You were fast enough to qualify by a good margin, actually, like 0.7 seconds to the next person, so very good time indeed. And Topper means you're through, and we lose the 0 and keep the 4. And we add a 4 to the winning line, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. Now, wouldn't it be funny if there was someone that did a prediction of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then not 6, but 7? They might be on for a winner here, folks. What's the winning line prediction looking like? Whoa! I might have predicted it. There is one winning line currently in the lead on 5 matching numbers. And it was me, etc. Now, the thing is, you have to hope now, Cetra, that you either get your final digit to absolutely lock it down, or the final digit that does come up doesn't come up on anybody else's that might be on 4 matching digits right now. What digit do you need, Cetra? I mean, Cetra would probably know. What digit do you need, Cetra? Just ruin everything. The 5. Oh my god, I did predict it. There was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. I mean, Cetra does tie for the win in that case. That's very true. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Cetra's guaranteed a win, but is it going to be a sole victory, or is it going to be with other people as well? So a 5 we are looking for. Who do we have still in the game that has a 5 on the end? I think we've only got the one player left on a 5. Yeah, there's only one player. Podium number 25 will count as the 5 digit. So all eyes on podium number 25 to make that happen. Okay. I'm not fast enough, Cetra. Sorry. Don't put yourself down on Vets. You never know. You might get a favourable question versus everybody else. It all matters what the question shall be. So, if you're all ready, this is the final question of the set, unless, of course, nobody gets it right, and then we'll have to do a do-over. But this is the final question, so you may as well go for a guess, if you're already fingers on those digits, it's time for question number 6. How many days are there in the year 2024? How many days are there in the year 2024? Read the freaking question, says Sunny Cat. That is exactly what you need to do here. And we'll light you up in pink if you played. I'm hoping pretty much everyone gave this a chance. Yes, 32 players have given this one the shot. This is the final question. It is a fairly simple question. Though Matt in chat is indeed saying leap year alert. Yes, this is one of those years that is divisible by 4 and not divisible by 100 and not divisible by 400. Well, and then divisible by... Yeah, there's a rule that overrules the divisible by 100 rule as an exclusionary rule. But we don't care about that. It's only divisible by 4 in this case. But because of that, it means it's a leap year. It means it is 366 days long. So if you gave me 366 as your answer, then I will light you blue. If you did not give me 366, unfortunately, you're about to go red. And all the wrong answers just went with the wrong number of days, off by 1 with the 365. Unfortunately, that's just not good enough, and we have to say goodbye. We've got 26 right answers, of which exactly half can qualify. 13 players up for qualification into looking after number 1, but only the fastest will. Closest I got to a right answer, says SJ. We've got another game yet. We've got another game. Hopefully you'll be able to pick it up on that one. Okay, so third fastest with a time of 4.46 seconds was Matt the Ref. Unfortunately, just missing out on looking after number 1 this time round. I'm not in VCL. I can hear Prey throwing metal pipes. Yeah, so can I. Second fastest with a time of 4.42 seconds. It's Sportsy. But fastest of all, and I will say podium number 25 is up in contention here. Fastest of all, with a time of 3.77 seconds. Yes, we are in sub 4 second territory here. Congratulations goes to AB Me! Well done, AB Me. You are the final one through to looking after number 1. In the end, it was... Manic Volcanic had a time of 5.91 seconds. It seems really low down on the ladder here, but it was so tight on the times. Just ridiculous. AB Me, the the Gura is through to looking after number 1. We lose the 0 and keep the 8, and the final digit is an 8. So our final winning line in numerical order is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Now, we do know that Cetra is getting a win, probably with a winning line of 5 of 6. Anybody else joining along for the winning line of 5 of 6? Yes, there are indeed. Matt the Ref, Cetra, Suyu, Shadowmane, Silver Electron, Manic Volcanic, Deman, all getting a prediction of 5 of 6 correct in one of their predictions, and you each get 10,000 doots. Congratulations on the prediction there. You don't even remember that ticket, says Manic. Well, it was claimed. Otherwise, it wouldn't have given it to you. So congratulations on the prediction there, and all of those dukes going to all of the prize winners. Very well done. So to those in blue, Mr. Topper, AB Me, Brian, we've got a K-Jarves, a Vixen, and a Zeus. We'll be going over to the next round in a moment. Everybody else, unfortunately, that is the end of the main game. However, you should still be able to play along on the next round if you can answer correctly before our hot seat players can. So just bear that in mind, that you should still be able to play the next round out. It should still issue the questions, but whether or not it responds to them, that I haven't tested. So you might experience some weird oddities on Hackbox if you're not in the hot seat for the next game, but you may still be able to answer, is what I'm going to go with. But for those Super 6, it is time for looking after number 1. And there you all are. Mr. Top 1 Gaming on number 4, ABME on number 8, Brian on 13, K-Jarves on 22, Vixen on 27, Zeus on 31. And this is how looking after number 1 works. So in this round, we are looking for just one player to qualify. You will be knocking each other out one by one. Each of these podiums has a number, as I've just reeled off, and these will be the possible answers to these rounds' questions. If you select an answer first, you buzz in and give that answer. If you are correct with your own number, then you're safe. If you buzz in, give me a correct answer, and it's somebody else's number, you will knock that person out. However, if you buzz in, give me an answer, and it's wrong, doesn't matter if it's your own number, somebody else's number, or another number entirely, although playing on Hackbox, that would be a struggle if you managed to do that, then you will be eliminated. And in the case that nobody answers in the allotted time, then whoever should have answered to stay in the game will be eliminated in that case. Whoever is left standing, they will then qualify for the Wonderwall. Now, the reason I say it will be a struggle to give a wrong answer, a wrong number, should I say, in this round on Hackbox is you're not going to be typing on Hackbox. It will give you the 6 possible answers as choices. You need to click the answer that you want to go for. So it's not a typing race anymore on this round. It is literally a buzzer race, but you have to click the right buzzer. You get 6 buttons in front of you. Click the right button is what you need to do in this round. So hopefully it's going to stop anybody answering outside of the domain entirely. Though if you're still playing on Twitch chat, you can still answer outside of the domain. But we'll see how this all shakes out. It's very fastest finger first, this. And there could be some very, very fast responses indeed, Matt. Same applies to those playing in the Shadow game right now. You will get them presented as 6 possible options. Click the one that you believe is correct. So if you answer before a person buzzes in and you answer correctly, you should get some bonus doots. That's how the Shadow game works in this particular part of the round. Playing from the Shadow Realm, indeed. So, if we're all ready to test out some brand new functionality for this round, it's time for looking after number 1. I mean, that's the thing on the internet. You can sort of do that, and hell, on the original show, I imagine there was nothing stopping you from just buzzing in and shouting a random number and hoping that you got it right on a 1 in 6. And we do have a good spread of numbers here: 4, 8, 13, 22, 27, and 31. So 3 even, 3 odd. We've got a couple of primes in there as well, so a very interesting selection of numbers to work with. If you're all ready to test the hell out of my game, and probably things won't work, but we'll see. Fingers on those buttons. Here's your question. If you add the digits in Valjean's prisoner number, what's the total? K-Jar's first to buzz. I was worried because we were taking a little time there, but K-Jar's is the first to buzz in, and they've gone with 13. Let's see if anybody got that right in the Shadow game. Yes, we've got Drahuska, Pyro, and Ralph did manage to give me a right answer in the Shadow game ahead of K-Jarves' answer. So you'll be getting some bonus doots. Congratulations. Now, the question here, Valjean's prisoner number in Les Mis is 24601. If you add those digits together, the 2 and the 4 is a 6, the 6 and the 6 is 12, and the 1 makes that a grand total of 13, which means you are absolutely right. 13 is correct, which means, Brian, It's a swift departure. We've got to say goodbye. Yes, that's the escape artist Easter egg that hasn't come up yet. But Brian, you are now eliminated. And then there were 5. Topper on 4, Abe and me on 8, K-Jarves on 22, Vixen on 27, Zeus on 31. Only one will survive. If you're ready, fingers on the buttons. The next question is, how many flavours are in Baskin-Robbins' slogan? Zeus! In right fast, going with their own number of 31. Sportsy, Manic Volcanic, Matt and Oni did get it right before Zeus buzzed in. You've gone with 31. And I think you're right. It is indeed 31. It features in the logo, and of course the Japanese name for for Baskin Robbins is based off of the number 31 as well, because of course that's what they do. So you're still in. You keep yourself in the game. 5 still in. Fingers on numbers, fingers on buttons. The next question is, on what date in October is Halloween? Zeus again with the answer of 31. Matt and Oni got an answer right before you buzzed in. Are you right? You are indeed correct. It is again 31. Apparently the game wants Zeusless out. I have no idea why that is. Typo that, says Puzzle Dan. Well, feel very attacked. Well, hopefully it's going to RNG a different number, but we'll see. 5 players still in. Fingers on digits. The next question is, how many teams played in the Premier League in its first season? K-Jarves. Going with their own number of 22. Flyboy and Suyu in the Shadow game give me a right answer. K-Jarves, are you right? Are you still in the game? You are right. You are still in the game on 22. Oh, this is a really tight game right now. Still 5 in. Fingers on buttons. The next question. If Anne Robertson pulled out a gun and shot one of the players on a standard daytime episode of The Weakest Link, how many contestants would be left alive, AB Me? You've gone with 8. This is now a bit dated, unfortunately, because it's Ramesh Ranganathan that's doing the hosting, but there's not daytime, I suppose. So it still kind of pins to the original format. Oh no, the Weakest Link has turned to Crossfire. Oh no, it's almost like that Doctor Who episode, except they didn't have the same number of contestants in that. You've gone for self-preservation with 8. And you're right to do so. It is indeed 8. You're still in the game. Sportsy and Oni in the Shadow game give me a right answer ahead of Amy's buzz-in. Emily Robertson doesn't have the same ring to it. It really doesn't, does it? And 100 bits for Sportsy.
100, oh no. It's the Android.
It's the Android. Oh my god, it really is. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Sportsy. We've been in this phase so long, we've run out of music. So let's keep going. 5 players still in. Still in. Fingers on those numbers. The next question is, if the time is 11:38, how many minutes to 12 o'clock is it? K-Jarves. Going with their own number again of 22. Anybody in the Shadow game getting that right? Drahuska, Flyboy, Matt and Ralph did. Is it 22 to stay in the game? It is still 22 to stay in the game. My god. This needs more offensive action, says Tuffer. Well, sounds like you need to do some action there. Still 5 players in. Fingers on those buttons. The next question is, how many Super Bowl championships have the New York Giants won since 1967? AB Me. Oh, and we have gone with some aggression here, going with 4, going against Topper here. If you're right, AB Me, Topper is out of the game. If you're wrong, you will be eliminated. Midget on the internet, Brand New Halo, Sportsy and SJ gave me a right answer ahead of your buzz. Something's got to give. Now, who is going to give? How many Super Bowl championships have the New York Giants won since 67? The correct answer is... It is 4. You're absolutely right, which means Topper, you call for the aggression, you get the aggression, and we have to say goodbye. And then there were 4. Me on 8, K-Jarves on 22, Vixen on 27, and Zeus on 31. So far, I think Vixen's just been twiddling thumbs for a bit and not doing much. Everybody else has had a bit of action in the game. But we'll see how it all goes. After everything I've done for you, Me. Be careful what you wish for. If you are ready, fingers on the buttons. The next question is... compound interest, a totally original question we've never seen on this game before. So just tell us how many letters are the second word of the phrase compound interest, Me. Going for self-preservation on 8. Midget on the internet, Matt and Oni, give me a right answer ahead of your buzz. Are you right? You are right, and yes, indeed, it was a very long read, Me. You are still in the game. 4 players still in. You instinctively tried to type 16. That's not an answer. If you're ready, fingers on the buttons. The next question is... the title of the famous 1961 book by Joseph Heller is Catch What, Zeus? Going with 22 on the aggression versus K-Jarves. Brand new Halo, Oni, Pyro, and Ralph, give me your right answer before your buzz. Something's got to give here. Is it a catch-22? It is a catch-22, means K-Jarves, unfortunately, we have to say farewell. But do claim your verdigris, though. That is a Topper thing. I don't think Topper's given me enough leeway to be able to do that, but enjoy the verdigris if you can somehow steal it from Topper. 3 players left in. Me on 8. Vixen, again, still hasn't done anything in this game right now. Currently doing Luigi strat on 27. And Zeus on 31. But who will get through to the Wonderwall? Fingers on those numbers. The next question is... how many Wimbledon Gentlemen's Singles Championships has Roger Federer won in his tennis career, Me? You've gone with 8. Is that the correct answer? It is the correct answer. You're still in the game. Still 3 players in. If you're ready, fingers on digits. The next question is... a Minecraft furnace is made using how many pieces of cobblestone? Me. Going with 8. Pyro, Suyu, and Ralph, give me a right answer ahead of your buzz. Is it 8? It's the only one that could actually make sense still in the game. It is indeed 8. Fingers on digits. The next question is... how many different worlds does Mario have to traverse in the original Super Mario Bros? Me. Going with 8. Is it 8? It is indeed 8. God, this game really wants you out right now. Midget on the internet, Ardenfets, Oni, Silver Electron, and Suyu, give me your right answer before you buzzed in, though. If you're ready, fingers on digits. The next question is... what's the atomic number of oxygen? Zeus! Going with 8! Would the game be so cruel to do 8 once again? Yes, it would, and that does mean Me. After that onslaught, we've got to say goodbye. After all I've done for you, game. Hard fought, but unfortunately that is 3rd place for you, Me. And now we are left with Vixen, who has done very little in this game, on 27. And Zeus has done quite a lot of regression on 31. One of you is qualifying for the Wonderwall to earn up to 1 million doots. The other will be taking a 2nd place prize. Not intentionally, says Vixen. Just got to be quicker on the buzzer. 27 or 31? The next question is... what's 3 cubed? Zeus! Going with 27 on the aggression, so no matter what happens, this is the end of the game. If you're right, Zeus is taking on the Wonderwall. If you're wrong, Vixen is taking on the Wonderwall. Now, I did mention earlier on that there were some prime numbers up here. And Zeus does happen to be one of those prime numbers, so it couldn't possibly be 31. It is at 27, which means, Vixen, that was where your game ended. Thank you very much for playing. But Zeus, absolutely playing the game to perfection. And you are through to play the Wonderwall. Congratulations. Bloody hellfire. Well, that was a thing. So yeah, clicking buttons is clearly a good thing to do because it makes it so tense. Can we give ABB a bonus for how awful the RNG was? Sure. Add doots to AB me 1. Enjoy a singular doot. Enjoy a Quizzy Dan doot. That is going to be the end of the game for pretty much everyone, though I think it is still going to issue the questions to everyone. That's going to be a bit weird. I don't know how this final round is going to play because I haven't properly tested it, Zeus, so if it does scupper your chances of actually getting the million on Wonderwall, I do apologise ahead of time, but let's take a walk over there. So Zeus, it is time for you to take on the Wonderwall, and this is how it's played. This is how it's played, shall I say. You could be winning anything up to 1 million doots in this final end game. We will present to you with an answer wall with 49 answers, each numbered 1 through 49. We will give you questions in chat and also on Hackbox. You just give me the number of the answer. You'll see the answer somewhere on the answer wall. Give me the number associated to it. That's what you need to submit either on Hackbox or through Twitch chat. Either method should work. Give me a right answer. You move up the money ladder 1 rung at a time. Go up 20 rungs. You get yourself to 1 million doots. Give me a wrong answer. You get a strike. 3 strikes and you are out. You get absolutely nothing. Good day, sir. If you don't know the answer... Aha! I've just realised that's a thing. Just realised that's a thing that doesn't exist. If you want to do any of the other things, you'll have to do that in Twitch chat. Just realised that's a thing. If you want to pass or pit or bail, you're going to have to do that in Twitch chat because I haven't got that on Hackbox. Completely forgot that's a thing. Completely forgot that's a thing I need to do in this game because it limits it to numerical input as well. Because it expects a numbered response. That's on me. That's such a stupid mistake to make. I should just make that a text input and just fire it through in persistent mode, and that will probably fix that. Completely forgot I have added these buttons. But yeah, a pass by saying pass to Twitch chat specifically, pit by saying pit to Twitch chat specifically, and bail by saying bail to Twitch chat specifically, alongside playing on Hackbox. I can officially on the internet. Yeah, I absolutely can. I just forgot to. Like I say, this implementation was very hastily added in. Didn't really think about it. But anyway, hopefully you know how the game works there, Zeus. This is going to be one hell of a game to play out with Hackbox and Twitch chat. God, you need to call out box just to do the pits. Anyway, let's play! And before game number 2, I can change it so that we can have something that does stuff. Reveal the answers, please! Let's get you some frames. There you go. Have some frames. I actually don't know what it's going to say on Hackbox at all because I have not tested this at all. If it doesn't work, just use Twitch chat. That should still work. And if you're ready, let's play! Which tradition in South Wales involves hiding a person under a sackcloth and giving them a horse skull on a stick? What? Well, that's a question. And that's a pass. What's the largest planet of our solar system? You're taking a pit. Taking a very early pit. Taking the opportunity to try and remember the wall. At the moment, it isn't. Well, it's not intended, Ralph, but it's what it's going to do. You're back in play. Jupiter is correct. Riksdag is the parliament of which country? Or Reichstag. Sweden is correct. Which scientist discovered the effect that reading the name of one colour in another colour is slower and more error prone than reading the name of a colour in its own colour? I'm seeing other people give answers, Ralph, so if you want to give answers, feel free to do so. I don't think it's breaking the game. No, the answer is Stroop, the Stroop test. What colour is the circle of the Japanese flag? It is red, yes. Doug Walker is a famous video blogger who reviews films in his own comedy web series with what name? These are some questions you're getting right now. Looking to the left. It is the nostalgia critic, yes. Which band of radiation is categorized as having a wavelength between 10 and 400 nanometers and leads to the synthesis of vitamin D? It is ultraviolet. Just over 2 minutes left. Which part of the human body beats at around 70 to 80 times per minute? Oh, I saw you try and give an answer there. Oh no, that's a partial answer. Okay. 13 Heights, correct. The Battle of the Trident, the Battle of Blackwater, and the Battle of the Golden Tooth are all covered or mentioned in which epic fantasy series? Wait a second, I'm seeing partial answers coming through as well. 47 is correct. A song of, Song of Ice and Fire is the answer there. Using your final pip, what does the L stand for in the acronym? LCD. Initialism. You are currently on 25,000 doots. 1.5 minutes left in the game. And you're back in play. It is Liquid. A cover of what song was the Crazy Frogs' first single? Axel F is correct. On which river does Washington, D.C. sit? It is the Potomac. Just over 1 minute. What natural feature is a table mounted? Yes. Which flowers are part of the title to the 1989 movie starring Julia Roberts? Gonna pass it, no more passes. The small cuddly Pokemon Stuffle evolves into which rather less cuddly? No, it's Beware. Bailout is now active. Which simple machine can be classified as first, second, or third class depending on the location? Lever is correct. Which penis character is often depicted with a security blanket? Linus is correct. Just over 30 seconds. Vincent Vega is a character in which 1994 film? Pulp Fiction is correct. What do Americans call the asterism that goes by the name The Plough in the UK? Big Dipper is correct, 15 seconds. Which actor played the role of Jerry Tribbiani in the TV comedy Friends? LeBlanc is correct. Sword Gold, Juno, Omaha, and which other beach were the sites of the D-Day landings? You have bailed out 200,000 dotes. Congratulations there, Zeus. Other answers that came through, or the other parts of the questions that you passed on. The tradition in South Wales is a Mari Lwyd. Sure. Which flowers are part of the title to the 1989 movie starring Julia Roberts? That's magnolias. And then the one you bailed on, Sword, Gold, Juno, Omaha, and which other beach were the sites of the D-Day landings? That was Utah. We're looking for the final one. And for someone that's testing all of the new Hackbox stuff and also using Twitch chats to answer things, I think you did absolutely admirably. 16 right in 4 minutes, earning 200,000 doots. Very well done on that gameplay. Big hand there for Zeus for a very, very strong performance. Should I add some buttons? Should I add some buttons, folks, so that we can actually allow people to bail and pass and things like that in the in Hackbox? That might be a thing we could do. So, shall we quickly do some dev? Shall we do some dev stream quickly? I think we should. Let me quickly bring this code over here, and we'll do some quick dev stream stuff. Make the bail button comically big. I don't know about styling anything just yet. That's a bit too much. What I need to do is go to Hackbox Control, and let me do instead of generate question state like this, I need to do generate Wonderwall question state like that. Then we can do add choices component with the choices preset with a new string of this is going to be super. Oh, actually, you know what? Can I do the fancy one instead? Yeah, I can do the fancy one. New array of that and that. What format was that again? Is it... God, I need to have a look at the thing. Label then value. So that would be pass, pit, and then we do another one, bail, and bail. I know that's very, very useful. The event, don't mention the event. Choices. Oh, sorry, the choices need to go after the event name, so I need to do answer the choices and then a given key. Oh, what did I just do? I opened up help apparently, and a given key, and that I think should add the extra buttons. They're not going to be stylized anything special, but we now have the pass button, the pit button, the bail button. Do we want to add the other options as well? As it's going to end up becoming very, very long if I add any more buttons. We'll add just bare minimum functionality for now, and then all the other things like left, mid, right, and slow, med, fast, and all that can come afterwards. Okay, and then I just need to find where I actually call that. So instead of that, that's now generate Wonderwall question state, and that should be it. So yeah, those that have done some dev stuff with Hackbox before and looking at this going, what the hell's that? Yeah, this is the new thing to make it much easier to just make things more dynamic rather than having it all defined by actual asset states. So doing this kind of additive, add this should just sort of make it much easier to develop in future, in theory, ? That's at least the theory behind it. So shall we just ship it with that? Yeah, let's just ship it with that. I think it should be fine. I think we're good. Right, there's one other thing I need to do, but I can do that while we go to the lobby. We are currently in the void right now. So let me play the game again, shall we? Oh, well, fighter kit. That's another thing. I mean, I could do that. I could have it displayed a grid of like 7x7 or something like that with 49 buttons, and they just grey out when you're done with them. But no, we'll leave it as this right now. That's a future thought. Anyway, roll titles. No, we're not doing any scrolling. We don't do that with Hackbox. God, I am not going to be issuing lots of state changes per second. Dev would not be happy with me. Swing lines. And the host.
Cheer 100 is night winning lines, and here's your host. Him.
I love that you just left it. Him. Manual scroll? No, we're not doing that, tipster. By the way, with the alerts, I know I made it in passing, but if someone wanted to test it, I'm not saying you should, but if you wanted to test it, in your subscription message or bit message, if you start the message with something like that it will use my voice, AI quoted voice, to say the message out instead. Just saying is all. There are a few other voice names. I need to put that list somewhere so people can actually refer to it and test things out. But yeah, you can make the alert say things by me, which is definitely not a good thing. But you know.
Cheer 100.
Oh, is it gonna work? Oh, it didn't work. Excuse me. That definitely worked before. That should have worked. I do apologise, Matt. I can't do any. Like this. Oh, there it is. That was so delayed. Why was that so delayed? What was that all about? It shouldn't have taken that long, though, Tip. It definitely shouldn't have taken that long. And in theory, it's supposed to wait for the delivery of the audio before it even starts the alert. So, I don't know what the hell happened there. But yeah, it did come through. It did actually come through. But thank you for the 100 bits there, Matt. Anyway, let's go to the lobby. Well, that's a hell of a room code. GWWM. GWWM on Hackbox or in Twitch chat to enter this game. And I'll turn on the winning line predictions as well if you want some of that action. And while you're doing that, I need to do another thing. Oh, hang on. Is it going to work? God, it is very slow tonight. It's very slow tonight. I do apologise for this, for the speed of the delivery. It should be more timely than this. Hello? I'm Ash, this is Quiz Night, and I'm going to decapitate a sparrow with a milk bottle. What the fuck? Sure, okay. I speak at the speed of James May and the success of Richard Hammond in a one-of-a-kind fast car. Yeah, okay. That was definitely worth it. It's definitely worth the implementation. God. Why is it so delayed, though? Whenever I did the testing, it was more timely than that. I blame 11 Labs' servers being slow. Yeah, this is a different one, Ralph. I did it again. The one that I did for 5 Minutes to Fortune, I delivered in a very specific way to try and mimic the way that the voice sounded on the show that did all the question reading. Whereas this one for these alerts is more naturally-ish my voice, or slightly more, you know, my presentation voice, as it were, where I'm slightly more up and a little more energetic than I normally do talk. So that's what it's gone for with the AI text to speech. It is still weird. It's still weird. But yeah, it definitely is a thing. Anyway, the thing I needed to do was... Oh, another message coming through.
100.
Another 100 bits from someone. I don't even know what that one was. Oh, it's from Matt again. Is it going to come through? Let's find out. God, it's very slow tonight. At what point is Ash going to realise that his audience making Ash say things is not a good idea? Thank you for the 100 bits there, Matt. Appreciate it. I know it's not a good idea, and I can easily remove the functionality. That's the thing. Because I have the power, I have the code in front of me, I can just remove it. So we're trying it out while you have the power to do so, and then I can just remove it if you abuse said power. It's as simple as that. I give you shiny, you enjoy shiny. While you're doing that, I still need to do this other thing, because we did use some of the predetermined questions that I had set up here, so I need to remove them from the list. Otherwise, bad times are going to happen. We did that one. We didn't do that one. We did that one. We didn't do that one. Did do that one. We 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 did that one. We did that one. So we are left with 5 other questions that I had predetermined. Oh, that's not good. I need to predetermine one more question. Okay, talk amongst yourselves while I try and figure out what final question I would like to put back in. Oh yeah, because it used one of the ones in looking after number one. That was right. Let me find a question quickly to add in. I need it as a simple question for the game show for the 49ers. Yeah, sure, one of those. Use whatever. We quickly determine a question. And another 100 bits from someone. From who's definitely going to test the limits here. Let's find out what works. Common 11 Labs.
Let's see if this works. Also, capybara. For good measure, of course.
Capybara is a capybara. It's supposed to be a freaking capybara. The intonation at the end, though, was certainly something. It's like it's right here. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Mai. And, oh god, another 100 bits from Oni, though. What you got for me, Oni? Yeah, capybara. That's just a weird way of pronouncing that. Oni, yes? I'm still looking for a question, by the way.
You know, they say that all game show hosts are created equal. But you look at me and you look at Simon Mayo, and you can see that statement is not true.
Why was that partly American? That was really weird. That went like half American in there. What was that about? Shadowman's going to have another 100-bit message in a moment. We'll see if that comes through.
Capybara makes me very happy, Barra.
And that was partly Australian. What the hell is that? You still can't pronounce capybara, though. Oh, God. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Shadow. I appreciate that. I need another question still. This diner leaking. Yeah, we'll go with that question. That's quite a good question. We'll go with that question. Cool. Boop. There we go. We've got that question in. We now have a set of 6 questions. We should be good. Right, we'll leave you with a 30 seconds, and then we'll close the predictions, and we'll get this game underway. Remember, you can join in on Hackbox or through Twitch chat with the room code of GWWM. Remember, if you are playing on Hackbox, to log in with Twitch first, because if you do not do that, you will not be able to click the play button instead. And yeah, I need to figure out why the alerts are delayed, because they shouldn't be that delayed. In fact, they should be using the turbo endpoint, which means that they should be coming through as quickly as possible, rather than going as high quality as possible. Yeah, definitely more research required to check how that's working with 11 Labs and how the delivery is going. It might be that it delivers it as processing rather than delivered as complete. I know that was how UberDuck worked when that was still alive, is that you could deliver part of the message. Maybe the alert only waits for the cheer 100, which that's true over me. So the reason it says that at the front in the other text to speech is that you can actually combine multiple voices into one text line. You just add another tag in part of the message, and it switches to a new voice. So you can sort of have me have a conversation with somebody else as another example. But yeah, it could be that it's just waiting for the time to deliver the first part, which is using the text to speech for Amazon Polly, and it would already have the Cheer 100 locally in the cache, so it wouldn't actually need to get any delivery time on that. So could be that. I will do some I'll do some checks to see how that all works on the alert code, and we'll see if that gets fixed for Friday or not. Right, I think you've had plenty of time. I'm going to close the ticket line, the winning line ticket office in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. There we go. It is now closed. All of the redemptions have now been closed off. Betting ends, etc., etc. And if you're all ready to play this second edition of Winning Lines, then let's play! And your recommendation, Ralph, on Discord to add the number, absolutely, I'd like to put that on the header on the hack box so you can see exactly what number you are. That's again later down the line, because the whole purpose of tonight was to make sure that the update all member states thing works, and from the looks of things, fingers crossed, it does seem to be working, because we're not getting any issues with that. Let's go over the rules quickly. It's the same game. If you watched earlier on, it's the same game. Answer first. Answer correctly. Be the first to do so. You get through to looking after number one. Simple, really. Do that 6 times over. We get 6 qualifying players, and then we move on to the next round. All right. You do need to type the numbers, though. Don't expect this to be like looking after number one, where there are lots of buttons available, because we're not going to be delivering you 10,000 buttons. God, Dev would not like me if I did that. I could send you a stage with 10,000 buttons in, but I don't think he'd be particularly happy with me if I did that. I want to do that as a joke at one point, just to see what would happen. Anyway, you have to type an answer. The text box will appear for about 1.5 seconds before the question goes properly live on Hackbox, so you have an opportunity to click in the box before the question appears. Okay, if you're all ready, good luck. Fingers on those digits. It's time for question number 1. How many yards make up a mile? How many yards make up a mile? Bit of imperial measures to start this game. Not a chance, says Puzzana. You're very much a metric person then, Puzzana. Nobody knows, says ABMe. For fuck's sake, says Prey, and a note from Matt. I hate everything. I can hear the pipes are calling. The pipes are calling already, Prey. You know how many kilometres are in a mile? Okay, so you've got the conversion between metric and imperial, but we're actually doing just imperial measures, yards into the mile. Let's see who's played. We'll light you up in pink if you played. Yeah, not many. Just 8 players answering this one. And the total measure we are looking for here is 1,760 yards. Shrug emoji. Why such a weird number? Yeah, just go and complain to Imperial England. So yes, the answer is 1,760 yards that make up one particular mile. I know that the number is very divisible, that's the whole thing, but why? Why not just make it 100? That's how the metric system works. 100 or 1,000, that's how it works. So if you gave me 1760, then you're going to go blue. If you did not give me 1760, then unfortunately it is an early departure and you're going to go red. Oh, we got a 5280 there from Silver Electron, and we got a 100 from Prey. Yeah, unfortunately, this isn't metric. This is something very, very different. Unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye.
100. I spent the last 5 days in Toronto converting kilometre.
Yes, of course, in Canada they are very metric up there, aren't they? Well, I hope you enjoyed your time over in Canada, and welcome on back here, Brian. Dear points of view, also, dear ye all points of view. I don't know if they would have necessarily done it back then, but yes. Although they probably would have had that show pre-decimalisation, so yeah, they might have been actually. But unfortunately, those 2 answers for Silver Electron and Prey, you have to say goodbye. But you can still answer along to get yourself some bonus toots on the future questions. Everybody else is in blue, but now you're in gold because you can advance on this question. Let's have a look to see who was fastest. In 3rd place with a time of 4.9. It was Deman. We've seen that name earlier on in game number 1. In 2nd place, with a time of 4.7 seconds, it's Brian. You're not through on this one. But fastest of all, with a time of 3.88. So we're already in sub 4 second territory. Congratulations to podium number 39, Jerry Eris. You are the first one through, so looking after number 1, you can put your feet up. and chillax. You can, of course, answer all the other questions at no risk. Entirely up to you. But you are through. We lose the 3 and keep the 9, the first digit in our winning line. Well, it's a new digit. It's a 9. We didn't see that in the first prediction. And there are 227 winning lines that have a 9 somewhere amongst it. 1% Club won the best quiz show at the NTAs. Nice! Very deservedly so. 1% Club is, I think, one of the biggest, the really, the strong shows that are on ITV these days. Limitless Win is also a good showing, but I don't think it's as strong a game as 1% Club is. And they're going to be doing another series of recording for that as well very, very soon. Anyway, Jerry, you're through. You can relax for a bit. Unfortunately, you had to say goodbye to Silver Electron and Prey, but everybody can still answer these questions to get yourself some doots. So if you're all ready, fingers on those numbers. Question number 2 is, what's the total in degrees of the internal angles of a regular pentagon? What's the total in degrees of the internal angles of a regular pentagon? Bit of geometry here on this particular question. We'll light you up in pink if you played. You did an RTFQ, says Mai. I think I know where you may have gone with what you've gone for here. So we've got a total of 13 players answering the question. So a singular internal angle of a regular pentagon, I think... Is that the right number, Mai? I think you're probably right, actually, in that number. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No, it isn't. It's smaller than that. It's 108. 108 degrees, I think, is one of the internal angles of a regular pentagon. But we're looking for the total of all of them. So you need to multiply it by 5, which means the total is 540 degrees. So, if you gave me 540... I will light you blue. If you gave me anything else other than 540, I'm going to light you red. And it's just Mai who went the wrong way, who went with 12 squared, with the answer of 144, not what we were looking for. Unfortunately, Mai, you've got to say goodbye. Everybody else got it right, and most of you go into the shade of gold. 11 are eligible to advance on this particular question, because Jerry has already advanced. They're already in the shade of blue. But who was fastest? Well, we've seen this name before. With a time of 8.41 seconds, it's Daman. In second place, with a time of 5.46 seconds, it's Cetra. But fastest of all, and we have seen this name before as well, with a time of 4.97 seconds, congratulations goes to Brian! Second chance into looking after number 1. Hopefully, you won't get eliminated on the first question. We'll see how it all goes, though. You have secured a place into the next round. Everybody else getting some points there for correct answers. And to the winning line, we lose the 2 and keep the 3. And it's a 3.
Tier 100 Deja Vu.
Deja Vu. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Brian. Appreciate that. So it's the winning line, 9 and 3, currently in residence. And there are 94 winning lines that have a 9 and a 3 somewhere amongst them. Okay, 2 questions down. We've got 4 left to go, 4 places to fill. If you're all ready, fingers on those numbers. It's time for question number 3. At which degree latitude north is the parallel that is colloquially used to denote the military demarcation line between North and South Korea? At what degree latitude north is the parallel that is colloquially used to denote the military demarcation line between North and South Korea? Very, very complicated way of describing it, but it is a colloquial name for this particular line, even if only part of it is technically on the parallel. 3 nopes in a row, baby. Well, let's see. We'll light you up in pink if you played. Only 6 playing this question. The latitude parallel that we are talking about here, for the DMZ, indeed, demilitarized zone in Korea, is the 38th parallel. So if you gave me 38, then I will light you blue. If you didn't give me 38 and you gave me something else, then I'm going to light you red. We got a 42, a 33, and a 49. Unfortunately, all of those are wrong answers. But Brian, you're already through, so you're safe. But Matt and Brand New Halo, unfortunately, we've got to say goodbye. 3 players got it right, but Jerry is among them, so only 2 can actually qualify. We've got Ice Tim and we've got Flyboy up for contention here on podium 16 and 33. But only the fastest will qualify. It's tense. In second place and missing out with a time of 11.8 seconds is Ice Tim, meaning Flyboy, you are through to looking after number 1 with a time of 7.491 seconds. Jerry was fastest of all in the sort of the shadow game of this particular round with a time of 6.02 seconds, but who cares? Flyboy, you're through to the next round, and we'll lose the 0 and keep the 3. And we've got a second 3 in our winning line right now. 9, 3, and 3. So you will need to have 2 3s in your winning line for it to count. And there are only 15 winning lines now in play that have those 3 digits among them. This is going to be very interesting. Are we going to get a 4? Are we going to get a 5? We could get a 6. We were very close to doing so last time round. Cetra was our final hope. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off. But we have 15 winning lines currently with 3 digits correctly predicted. And this is the halfway point. We have had to say goodbye to 5 players. 3 players have qualified. Everybody else is still up for grabs to get through into the next round. If you're ready, fingers on those digits. It's time for question number 4. What's the first prime number above 100? What's the first prime number above 100? Well, let's talk about prime numbers earlier on. But unfortunately, for the players, it's only in the range of 1 through 49, so we're actually looking at anything above 100. Trick question. 100 is the biggest prime number. It's even, Riff. There's only one even prime number. Anyway. We've got quite a few players going for this question. Let's light you up in pink. There you all are. 17 have answered this question. That's what they want you to think. What is this? Big prime number or something? It is quite literally a big prime number. The answer we're looking for, well, it's literally the next number along, 101. 101 is a prime number. So if you gave me 101, I will light you blue. If you gave me anything else above 101, then I will light you red. Yeah, people zigging on 103. Unfortunately, not the answer. 107, also not the answer. We were looking for 101. Riff also say, yeah, I could have rephrased the question as, what's the first number above 100? And that would have also been right. But I decided to just add, what's the first prime number? Just to add a little wrinkle in there, like, a little bit of doubt going, is 101 really prime? It is prime. So, 103 and 107, we do have to say goodbye. But 14 got it right. 11 can advance and have gone a lovely shade of gold. But only the fastest will count. And my, the top 3 are all sub 4 seconds. That's crazy. This is really, really crazy times. Third fastest with a time of 3.83 seconds. And under most circumstances, that would be fast enough to get through. But unfortunately, this time it's only third fastest. Number 18, Inca. It's a great time, but you were beaten by 2 other players. Second fastest with a time of 3.4 seconds. Again, under most circumstances, that would be fast enough. Clive of Legend, you would have been through, but you were again beaten to the punch by someone who submitted with a time of 3.05 seconds. So close to sub 3 second territory. Zeus! Heading their way back to the Wonderwall for the second time, we will see. But they have qualified for looking after number 1 on podium number 40. A time of 3.05 seconds for Zeus. That is immense. Will Zeus do the double? Well, we will wait and see. For now, we lose them 4 and keep the 0. And the next digit on our winning line is a 0. 9330. And we are down to 8 winning lines. So we're about halved, actually, on that one. That's not bad at all. Normally, you sort of divide by about, go down to a third of the previous one. But that was a half. So very interesting. Down to 8 winning lines with 4 matching numbers right now. Doing quite well. We could still get a perfect match. Okay. We are now into that danger zone in this round where you might want to start risking it a bit more. Got 2 questions left, so 2 opportunities left to get yourself into looking after number 1. So make it count. If you're ready, fingers on those numbers. It's time for question number 5. In September of 2024, Apple announced the launch of which numbered family of iPhones? In September of 2024, Apple announced the launch of which numbered family of iPhones? This is going to be a bit of a flurry here, I see. We'll light you up in pink if you played. We've got 17 players answering this question. It happened this week, in fact, on the Monday, alongside the AirBuds Pro Max that are the Air Pro Max, which are now USB-C. A new Apple Watch that is slightly smaller but with a bigger screen somehow, and of course all the new iPhones, including the iPhone Pro, and they are in the family of 16. They may be on iOS 18, but the family that was just announced is iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max, etc, etc. So if you gave me 16, I will light you blue. If you gave me anything else, I will light you red. Yeah, we've got an 18 there from Vixen. Yeah, it's the iOS version and probably also the Silicon version number as well. Not 14, just 2 shy there. Not 17, one too far in the future. And 15 is what we're currently on right now, Matt. Unfortunately, all those we've got to say goodbye. So 13 got it right, of which 9 can qualify here. Now, who was fastest this time round? Oh, it was very tight. In fact, 3rd and 2nd place have exactly the same time, save from the order that they were delivered in on my end. So they came through on exactly the same frame. In 3rd place, listed with a time of 4.8099 seconds, is Shadowmane. But on exactly the same time code, in 2nd place, so was delivered earlier on, was Shapes. But fastest of all, and was truly fastest of all, with a time of 4.43 seconds, we have seen this name before. Congratulations goes to podium number 43, Cetra! You have qualified for looking after number 1. Nicely done. There go all of the correct responding times. Cetra, you are through to looking after number 1. And very curiously, we lose the 4 and keep the 3. And we add a third 3 to our winning line. 93303. I wonder how many had triplicate 3s in their winning line prediction. Nobody did. Because we're down to... Well, we may have done, but we've now reverted down because there are 11 winning lines with just 4 matching numbers. So we're not going to get a perfect line, but that's what we're currently working with now, is 4 matching numbers is the best prediction across those 5 digits. So we've got 1 digit left to procure from the remaining players. This is your last opportunity to get through into looking after number 1. So this may be your chance now to just give me a random guess and hope that you are right. If you're all ready, good luck. Fingers on those numbers. It's time for question number 6. How many worldwide games are there in the Nintendo Switch game? There's the video game question. How many worldwide games are there in the Nintendo Switch game? Four 4,788,268,249. You're so close, Ape. You are absolutely so close. We will light you up in pink if you played. 27 have answered this question. And we do have a flurry of possible answers here. But the correct answer that we're looking for, that I have on the card here, is 51. 51 worldwide games. So if you gave me 51, I will light you in blue. If you did not, then I'm going to light you in red. A lot of random guesses. 101 is a good predictable guess, not the 1. A 20, a 5, 1500. That would be a lot of games there, Brian. 52 off by 1. Brand new Halo. You hate to see it. 59 from Silver Electron. A 33 from Joe Mendy. 17 from Rift. 16 from Proves. Just the 1 from Ice Tim. Another 101. 1, 2, 3, 4 from I Declare a Thumb War. Well, I mean, what goes with the name. 13 from Jahuska. 40 from Woollyback. 20 from Shadowmane. 50 from Tipster off by 1 the other way. 69 nice from Marblue. 37 from Pyro. And 64 from Flyboy. Unfortunately, all of those are wrong answers, and we have to say goodbye. Big loss there on the final question. But that leaves us with just 7 players, of which 5 can qualify. We've got Topper. We've got Inca. We've got a midget on the internet. We've got, who else? We've got AVAC. And we've got Ralph still in that can advance on this question. Let's go through the times. Who's going to miss out? Who's going to qualify? In third place with a time of 5.17 seconds and missing out is Ralph. I mean, commendable effort. Unfortunately, just not fast enough this time round. Maybe you can claim some points against them in looking after number 1 in the Shadow game. Second fastest with a time of basically 4 on the dot, except there are 0.002 of a second to ruin it. Inca. Great time, but you were not fastest. No, in order to win this time, you did need to be sub 4 seconds. And now number 1 player did with a time of 3.48 seconds. Congratulations goes to... He's done it again! Topper! Through to looking after number 1 for the second time. Both Topper and Zeus heading into looking after number 1 for the second time in a row. The panic guess was right. You were absolutely right, AVAC. You're going to get some doots for the right answer regardless. You were too slow. Though a time of 6.3 seconds on these. It's not bad at all. You still get some doots for a correct answer. And for Topper, let's have a look at your number. Lose the 0, keep the 4. Final digit is... a 4. It's not another 3. So in ascending order, we have 03, 3349. Please don't bring up the same 4 questions, says Topper. Well, we'll see about that. Now, we did only have predictions of 4 along the line of 5. Who's winning the prediction this time round? No way! No way! With a winning line prediction of 5 of 6, Topper and Zeus are the only 2 that got there. Copying pays off. Take note, kids. Jesus Christ, Zeus. Oh, man. Bloody screen cheating. The rich get richer. Can't keep getting away with this. I mean, that's just how it goes. The RNG prediction is very different to the quiz prediction. But well done to Topper and Zeus claiming an additional 10,000 doots on top of what they're going to be earning in looking after number 1. That's the first time I've ever seen that kind of thing happen. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. But that's how it goes, folks. That's how it goes. To everybody in red or in grey, unfortunately, that is the end of the main game for you, though you can still play along in the shadow game in the next round to earn yourself some doots, if you can answer the correctly before our hot seat players can, in looking after number 1. And here are our 6 players in looking after number 1. We've got Topper on 4, Brian on 23, Flyboy on 33, Jerry on 39, Zeus on 40, and Cetra on 43. So we've got a lot of 3s. Very, very interesting range of numbers here. And let's quickly go over the rules. Though, of course, 2 of these players already know. In fact, 3 of these players already know the rules to this particular round. Though, of course, Brian got eliminated on the first question. So, each of the questions in this round will have 6 possible answers. We will provide them to you as clickable buttons on Hackbox. You just need to click the answer you believe is correct. If you buzz in first and you're right with your own number, you're safe. If you buzz in with the right answer and it's somebody else's number, you knock that person out. However, answer first, giving a wrong answer, whether it's your number or somebody else's number or somehow some other number entirely, then you will be eliminated from the game. If no one answers in the time allotted, whoever should have answered to keep themselves alive will be eliminated in that case. And we keep going until just one player is left standing and they will face the Wonderwall. Zeus was there earlier on, claimed 25,000 doots out of it, I think. Something like that. Will they get a second shot at it? Let's see. Let's play looking after number 1. And remember, in the side game, in the shadow game, you will be able to click an answer as well. And if you answer before the hot seat players do and answer correctly, you'll get yourself some bonus doots. So if you're all ready, fingers on the buttons that will appear on screen. The question is, if all the jokers and all the spades are removed from a standard pack of playing cards, Jerry, how many cards will remain? You're going to say 39 and go with your own number. Nobody in the shadow game answered correctly before you buzzed in. To stay in the game is the answer 39. You are absolutely right. It is 39. You're still in the game. You ready? Fingers on buttons. The next question is, how many questions are available in the final round of 15 to 1? Zeus, going with your own number of 40. Oni and Tipster managed to get a right answer before you buzzed in, and they'll get a bonus. Are you right, though, to stay in the game? Indeed you are. In order to get to the magical 433, you need to get 40 correct answers for 10 points apiece, plus the 10 for each of the 3 lives for another 30, plus the 3 from the opening game for 433. That is the magical number in 15 to 1. Everyone's still in. Fingers on numbers and buttons. The question is, in the Harry Potter books, at which number house on Privet Drive do the Dursleys live? Anyone answering? Oh, I feel like applauding you all for not answering a Harry Potter question. I should applaud you for not answering a Harry Potter question. But unfortunately, it does mean someone has to go. At what number house on Privet Drive do the Dursleys live? We do have to say goodbye to someone. The correct answer is... number 4. You clicked 4 a tad too late, unfortunately. That has cost you the game. And Topper, we have to say goodbye. Thank you very much for playing. And then there were 5. Brian on 23, Flyboy on 33, Jerry on 39, Zeus on 40, and Cetra on 43. After everything I've done for you, Harry Potter. Clearly not enough, apparently. 5 players left in, good luck. If you're already fingers on buttons, the next question is... if Dolly Parton worked 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday, how many hours would she work in a week, Jerry? You've gone with 40, going on the aggression, so either you are right and Zeus is out, or you are wrong and you are out. Only in Shadow Main managed to give me a right answer in the Shadow game. 9 to 5 is an 8-hour workday. Multiplied by 5, that gets you a grand total of 40, which means the double is now off. Zeus, we have to say goodbye. And you're in the dark. Thank you very much for playing. And then there were 4. Brian on 23, Flyboy on 33, Jerry on 39, just 1 off of Zeus that got eliminated, and Cetra on 43. If you're ready, fingers on buttons. The next question is... what number is a recurring theme in the KLF's work? 5 seconds. Brian. Going for some self-preservation, going with 23. Midget on the internet, brand new Halo, Demand and Vixen gave me a right answer before you buzzed in. To stay in the game is the answer 23. It is 23, Brian. You are right to keep yourself in the game. Had you not buzzed, that would have been the game for you. 4 players still in. Fingers on buttons. The next question is... on a standard darts board, what's the lowest score that is not possible to earn with a single dart, Jerry? Going on 23, we were just over there with Brian. Is 23 the correct answer? It is the correct answer. It's the first prime above 20, essentially. Which means, Brian, we have to say goodbye. Thank you very much for playing. ABMe, a midget on the internet, Shadowman and Tipster gave me a right answer before Jerry's buzz there, getting themselves a bonus. 3 players left in. Flyboy on 33, Jerry on 39, Cetra on 43. Only one of you will get to face the Wonderwall. Who will it be? Fingers on buttons. The next question is... Carlo purchased a bargain patch of 64 mint cornettos. If he has eaten one of them a day for the past 3 weeks, how many cornettos remain, Jerry? Going with 43 on the aggression. If you are right, Cetra is out. If you are wrong, you are out. Is the answer 43? You are absolutely right. It is 43, which means Cetra, we have to say goodbye. Very well played. Those in the Shadow game getting some points are AB, me, and Inca. And here we are, left with Flyboy on 33 and Jerry on 39. One of you is going to face the Wonderwall. One of you is just going to miss out. If you're both ready, fingers on buttons, and for those in the Shadow game, the question is, in mathematics, what's the sum of the... oh, preemptive buzz! What is the sum of the first 5 consecutive primes starting from 3? Going for the 50-50 preemptive buzz. And making it a dead cert that something's going to happen going against their number. Taking the 50-50. If the answer is 39, then Flyboy, you are facing the Wonderwall. If it is not, then Jerry will be facing the Wonder Wall. I did wonder if this would happen when we added a button for this. And it seems at least one player is willing to do the 50-50 gamble. Is the answer 39? It is 39. The gamble paid off, which means, Jerry, hard luck, we have to say goodbye. Flyboy, with the gamble, you are through to face the Wonder Wall. Well, that, I think, folks, is the first time we've ever seen a gamble play pay off in looking after number one. We've seen all sorts of other gameplay before. We've seen Luigi strats go through. We've seen absolute bombardment on certain digits, but that's, I think, the first time that we've gone through on a Hail Mary attempt and actually paying off. Hey, it absolutely is it's a legitimate strategy, Flyboy. It's an absolutely legitimate strategy within the rules of the game. So very well done. You're going to be facing the Wonder Wall in a moment. Commiserations, though, to Topper, to Brian, Jerry, Zeus, and Cetra. Thank you very much for playing Looking After Number One. Thank you very much for playing Winning Lions. That is the end of your game. But for Flyboy, well, one round remains. And it is, of course, the Wonder Wall. Here are the rules of the round. So in this round, you can be earning anything up to 1 million doots. We will present you with 49 answers up on the answer wall, each with a number 1 through 49. We will give you some questions to which the answer will be somewhere on the wall. You need to find that answer and give me the number associated to that answer. If you give me a right answer, then you move up the money ladder, and 20 correct answers will earn you 1 million doots. Give me a wrong answer, you will get a strike, 3 strikes, and you're out. You should be able to use chat, Flyboy. Yeah, you can do. Though you can also whispers should also work as well. Though on Hackbox we now have added, in theory, again completely untested, but in theory we now have buttons for pass, pit, and bail if you want to click those, and that should do those particular actions. But that's a guess. I don't know if it'll actually go through or not. If it doesn't, then yeah, you should still be able to freely use whispers to make it work. You've got 4 minutes to try and get 20 questions right to earn the top prize. You can also do left, mid, and right, and slow, mid, and fast, and V-fast if you want to change the speed of the wall. If you're ready, then let's play Wonder Wall! And reveal the answers! 15 seconds to peruse this wall of 49 answers. We do have some duplicate answers from the previous game. I hope we won't get some duplicate questions, but we'll see how it all shakes out. Good luck! For what theory used to predict black holes and light bending due to gravity is Albert Einstein famous? I just realised that everybody's going to get those buttons on their screen, aren't they? Oh well. That's definitely something I need to fix. Relativity is correct. The Pharrell Williams song Happy was released for the soundtrack of what movie? Gonna pass it. Which engineer built the Great Western Railway, GWR? Answer we're looking for there was Brunel. On which dating website can only females send the first message? Though I think that rule may have been relaxed since. It is Bumble. What is found on top of the Wimbledon trophy? It is a pineapple. What statue in Rio de Janeiro is listed as one of the new 7 wonders of the world? Christ the Redeemer is correct. Which meringue-based dessert was named after a Russian ballerina? These are definitely duplicate questions from previous editions of the game, but either way, it is a pavlova. After which war Peter I was proclaimed the first Russian emperor? After which war was Peter I proclaimed the first Russian emperor? Trying to reparse the English there. You've used about half your time, currently on 15,000 dukes. Remember, you've got those pits. Great Northern War is correct. The line that joins 2 opposite corners of a square is called what? You do still have 1 pass as well. Diagonal is correct. 1.5 minutes. What Dickens novel begins with a line? What Dickens novel begins with a line? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Tale of Two Cities is correct. In the game Black Maria, part of the Hearts family, or Black Maria maybe, which playing card is worth 13 penalty points? Black Maria. I'm thinking of Mario, apparently. 1 minute left. Gonna pass it, no more passes. You do have those pits, remember. In which African country is the city of Timbuktu? Mali is correct. 40 seconds. What type of race is the Grand National? Steeplechase is correct. 35 seconds. In which field of arts is Darcy Bustle a leading figure? 30 seconds. Bailout is now active. Using your first pit. You're halfway there. 50,000 dukes currently in the bank. The question again, in which field of arts is Darcy Bustle a leading figure? When we're back in play, we'll have 27 seconds left. And another pit, remember. And you're back in play. Exactly that, Ape. 20 seconds. Using your second pit. We're still on the same question. In which field of arts is Darcy Bustle a leading figure? This is your final pit. After this, you'll have 19 seconds left to finish the game. Remember to bail out if you want to claim the money. And we're back in play. 15 seconds. And you are going to bail out. Just can't find the answer. But you claim 50,000 dukes nonetheless. Very well done. Let's go over the ones that you passed and bailed on. Pharrell Williams' song Happy was released for Despicable Me 2. In the game Black Maria, or Black Maria, part of the Hearts family, the 30 penalty points, that's the Queen of Spades. The Queen of Spades looking for there. And then Darcy Bustle is a leading figure in ballet, or ballet if you want to say it in a more sensible way. But either way, Flyboy, it's a good win there. 10 right in those 4 minutes. Gets yourself 50,000 dukes. Congratulations there on the win. Right, well, that brings us to a close on all things Winning Lines this evening, and I hope you did enjoy your time in the Winning Lines studio this evening. I'm just going to go back over to... Let's go over to this layout here, and I need to also switch my cam on because, of course, that one is done in game. So I need to actually switch it back on over here and say, hello, I'm here now. And yes, Hackbox did seem to work rather smoothly. Obviously, some of the states are a bit weird in Wonderwall and some of the audits game side of things in looking after number 1, but those things I can easily fix with a bit more time and care. Jump scare, sorry. I'll try not to jump scare you next time. But yeah, did seem that the issuing of the states seemed to just work fine, and there was no issue at all with running the game. And yeah, it all seemed to just run very smoothly indeed. So thumbs up, and hopefully no issues for your elimination game on Sunday, Topper. Speaking of Mr. Topper, of course, let me do a shout out while I'm thinking about it. Shout out, Mr. Topper 1 Gaming. We'll be back again on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. for some more. What are you calling it now? It's not Quizzical Evening anymore, is it? You're calling it something else. But either way, it's the comeback season, episode 2, on September the 15th. And you'll have Checklist or Checkvist, followed by the delayed elimination game. Top of One's quiz show, working title. Got to include the working title in the end there. So yeah. Top of One's quiz show on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Over on Top of One Gaming. Do go and follow if you're not already doing so. Top bloke and does some fantastic quiz content. And I absolutely adored the intro sequence of Cloud9 as well. Really, really loved that sequence that you had there with all the birds and all the planes. Unnamed quiz stream. But yeah, really, really good work. And looking forward to seeing next Sunday, and also looking forward to more particularly to Krypton Factor on the 29th of September as well. Needs more birds. Oh no, I've just realised on the 29th of September I'm going to be at a wedding. Oh, I'm not going to be able to play. I'm not going to be able to watch along. I'm going to be at a wedding. Oh well, I'll have to catch it up on the VOD anyway. And the new layout reveal was also top notch as well. That was really good work as well. Right. Other people to shout out tomorrow evening. I actually don't know if he is on tomorrow evening. Presuming that internet woes are all dealt with and other tech woes are also dealt with. Ben will be back tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Though again, maybe in holding pattern, might only be the Saturday evening. We'll wait and see. But I will give Ben a shout out nonetheless if Twitch will allow me to do so. I have to wait another 9 seconds before I can do so. But Ben over on Royal_Flush will be streaming typically Thursdays and Saturdays, but we'll see how that works out, see if the tech is going to help out for him, and hopefully the new internet's work out for him, and all will be well. Give him a follow if you're not already doing so. And then I will be back on Friday. What do I have for you on Friday? Well, if I have a look on my new schedule graphic, which I'm going to have to update because there's other family things happening that I'm going to have to move the schedule around already, which is already having to edit season 15. Oh, Jesus. Naughty me. But on the schedule for Friday is an untitled grid game warm-up with Wipeout, so I'm going to be selecting some Wipeout boards, and then it's going to be a Frankenpack Doot drop. I can't remember who I've actually got lined up for the Frankenpacking, but we will have some packs that we will need Frankenpacking for the Friday stream, and that's what we will be playing on the Friday, September the 13th. Yes, Friday the 13th. That's going to be a hell of a thing. And then I'll be back again next week with Brain Teaser, Secret Fortune, Word Scramble, all clued up, and 1 vs 100 again as well. We will very soon be in Frankenpack and Frankenpack. I mean, I technically am already at that point, but I would like to have 2 more Frankenpacks played so that I can then definitely do Frankenpack of Frankenpack and Frankenpack. It's like Matryoshka dolls of packs, this is. I will try and keep track of who has written what question, but at some point it's going to become like, it's going to be a myriad of authors have written all of these questions, and at that point it becomes a wash because you only have the advantage of only like 1 question in the game. It's no use, it's Frankenpack's all the way down. It is indeed. It's alive! It will soon be. Right. Wheel spin time to close the stream out. Of course, note that I have already added the 5,000 to the jackpot because it is now in this season a progressive jackpot. Every time this wheel spins, 5,000 gets added to the jackpot no matter what. So let's make the spin happen and see what we've got for you tonight. Here we go. Now there is one wedge that is just nothing. And that is the one we are ending on tonight. It just adds 40k to the jackpot, but that's it. We don't actually do anything at the end of the stream tonight. We just add another 40,000 onto the jackpot, along with the additional 5,000 that is done just for spinning the wheel. So we do actually add 45,000 to the jackpot. Brings that up to 250,000. But that is the end of the stream. No special action happening at the end of the stream tonight, which is good. Early night for me. So yeah, there is now a 1 in 14 chance, 1 in 7 chance, because there's 2 of those wedges, 1 in 7 chance of nothing happening at the end of the stream. So yeah, sorry folks. Just put the dukes on now. I could just write it on now, but I can't be bothered. The pen is all the way over here. It's all the way over here, and I just can't reach all that way there. Oh, you do have a lecture tomorrow to get to, so yeah, probably good to do that. Get some rest in before that. Right, I think that's it. I'm going to go and raid into someone. Who do we have to go and raid into? Let's have a quick look, shall we? Well, I'm glad that the alerts were mostly working. In fact, they all got delivered. Apart from the follower alert didn't come through. I will need to look into that. But all the other alerts did. So, and just the text-to-speech on 11 Labs was a bit delayed for some reason. That I need to debug. But that should be easily debuggable alongside things. Who shall we go and raid into? Let's have a look. We have got... Well, we've got Mr. Gamer Man's currently live right now. We can go raid into them. I'm not going to click the knock button. That's very rude. Stop doing that, Twitch. Stop allowing me to try and knock someone. Yeah, we're going to go and raid in over to Mr. Gamer Man, who's currently doing some... what is that? Is that a music-based quiz? What's a music? Yes, a music-based quiz. So if you're interested in your music stuff, then do go and give them a follow. Mr. Gamer Man. There we go. That'll be the raid. Now, what's the message going to be? What was... 100 is the biggest prime number. Yeah, sure. We'll go and confuse a load of people and gaslight them into thinking that 100 is indeed the biggest prime number. So that's going to be our raid message. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will be back on Friday evening. Hopefully, it's a bit... Well, I say it's going to be a bit warmer, but I think tomorrow evening is actually going to be stupid cold here in the UK. So I may have to actually put the heating on. Not looking forward to that. I don't want to see a heating bill this early on in the year. But thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you on Friday for more quiz night. Until then, take care, have a good evening, and I'll see you soon.